Huh? Oh. Hi. Hi guys, welcome to Lee Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. I'm trying to. The last video I just recorded messed me up, so if my eyes are a little red or puffy, it's not because of the devil's lettuce this time, it's because I was bawling my eyes out, so my apologies. We're going to be doing a new artist today. I believe her name is Joan Armatrading. I'm going to go with that pronunciation. She is apparently one of Britain's most famous singers. We're listening to a track called Down to Zero today, courtesy of our patron Lee S. But he picked a version from like the past couple years, but the original came out in 1976, and it has BJ Cole on pedal steel, Kenny Jones of the Faces on drums. I looked that up. I was like, man, I gotta do that studio track because I'm gonna get roasted in the comments if I don't add that studio track. So we're doing the studio from 1976 and then a live one from Asylum Chapel in 2021. So there you go. There's a big difference right there. That's what, how many years? It's 24, probably like almost 45 years right there. It's a big difference. So I'm excited to check her out. I've never heard her before, so let's go. If y'all aren't subscribed, help a brother out, click that icon right down there. I'd really appreciate it. And if you leave a like and a comment too, I would love you forever. Alright, Down to Zero by Joan Armatrading. 3, 2, 1, go.
When you're reeling, you step lightly thinking you're number one. Down to zero with a word, leaving for another one. Now you walk with your feet back on the ground. Down to the ground, down to the ground. Down to the ground, down to the ground. Walks to the crowd and takes your man, sends you rushing to the mirror, brush your eyebrows and say, there's more beauty in you than anyone. I remember who walked the warm sand beside you, more to your heel, let the waves come rushing in. She took the worry from your head, but then again, she put trouble in your heart instead. Then you fall down to the ground, down to the ground.
Those vocals are so good.
You know how it is. Still more crying when you're thinking of your mother's only son. Take to your bed, you say this peace and sleep, but you dream of love instead. Oh, the heartache you'll find can bring more pain than a blistering sun. But oh, when you fall, oh, when you fall at my door.
That acoustic is just perfect. Oh, pedal steel.
Step lightly thinking you're number one. Down to zero with a word, leaving for another one. Now you walk with your feet back on the ground. Down to the ground, down to the ground. Down to the ground, down to the ground. You know how it is. More crying when you're thinking of your mother's only
She reminds me of a much chilled out Janice.
Take to your bed, you set this peace and sleep, but you dream of love instead.
Instead of frantic, it's smooth.
Oh, when you fall, oh, when you fall at my door.
I loved the kind of Americana rustic theme from that pedal steel at the end there. That was really good. Now this is live at Asylum Chapel a couple years ago.
Oh, the feeling when you're reeling. You step lightly thinking you're number one. Down to zero where they were leaving for another one. Now you up with your feet back on the ground. Down to the ground, down to the ground. Down to the ground, down to the ground. Brand new dandy, first class seat stealer, walks to the crowd and takes your man. Send you rush into the mirror, brush your eyebrows and say, there's more beauty in you than anyone. Oh, remember who walked the warm sand beside you. More to your heel and the waves come rushing.
I love the way her voice sounds now too.
She take the worry from your head, but then again she put trouble in your heart instead. Then you fall down to the ground, down to the ground.
She's got a lot more experience and wisdom this time around.
You know heartache, some more crying when you're thinking of your mother's only son.
More than she had before, you know what I mean.
Check to your bed, you say there's peace and sleep, but you dream of love instead. The heartache you'll find can bring more pain than a blistering sun. Oh, when you fall. Oh, when you fall, fall at my door. You step lightly, thinking you're number one. Down to zero when they were leaving for another one. Now you walk with your feet back on the ground. Down to the ground, down to the ground. Down to the ground, down to the ground.
Sounds like it's faster.
You know how
Sped up like half a step.
still more crying when you're thinking of your mother's only son. Take to your bed, you say there's peace and sleep, but you'll dream of love instead. Oh, when you fall. Oh, when you fall, fall at my door.
The piano's excellent. Honestly, both of those versions had things in it that I liked more than the other. I liked her vocals a lot in the first one, but I kind of liked the more, I don't know, seasoned voice that she had in the second one, which was probably like 40 years, 45 years later from that original recording. But it is sorely lacking that pedal steel and that overall atmosphere that the studio track had. I loved the almost like rustic sheen that was over that song. And she was like a blues singer, you know, but it wasn't like heavy blues. It was like, I don't know, it's a very strange combo of like, not even smooth jazz. I don't know what to call it. Not big band. It was just like a country western kind of feel, but there was also like another kind of genre in there as well. She reminds me of like Lisa Fletcher or Janis Joplin almost, but like I said, instead of frantic that which would be the word I would use for the vocal, prowess of Janice. She's absolutely stellar, but the way she delivers is quite frantic. This is like the inverse of that. It's like this more smooth vocal delivery, but the notes that she can sustain, it's just incredible. I think more in the first one, she could definitely hit the higher notes a little bit better, but the way that she sang it in the second one, you could just feel it a little bit deeper almost, just because you can tell that woman had been through a lot of stuff through those years, because that's a long time. Are you kidding me? That's a whole lifetime almost. So all the new memories and all the new wisdom she'd acquired since she wrote that song, it's crazy, man. That's a long time. That's longer than I've been alive. You know what I'm saying? And I've been through a freaking roller coaster, so I can't even imagine how long 45 years is. So for the first one, it was Joan Armatrading on vocals and acoustic guitars, Jerry Donahue on acoustic and electric, Dave Marquis on bass, BJ Cole steel guitar, Graham Lyle on 12-string guitar, Peter Wood on piano, and Kenny Jones on the drums. That's what I would say the better instrumental version. Only thing from the second one, I guess, would be the piano. I loved how more prominent the piano was, since it was basically sans the 12-string or the steel guitar. And the acoustic in the first one was beautiful as well. I think her voice matched that kind of almost country but not country kind of style they were going for there. It just felt good. It was like a good mix of western and blues, and her voice, it's just such a great, I don't know what the word would be, because it's, like I said, smooth isn't the right word to use for it. That's too simple. It's very alluring in a way, especially the first one. The second one is more seasoned. I wouldn't say that was as alluring, but the first one, her voice is just, it's like almost like a siren's call in a way, I've been using that kind of descriptive term a lot lately, but it's been true for a lot of the stuff we listen to. It's just very, on a primal level, it just kind of calls out to you in a way. And that first song, I kind of felt that. I really did. So thank you, Lee. That was a great pick. I had to throw that studio one on there because I saw that Kenny was on there, and he was definitely holding it down, man. I kind of think him and Dave Marquis, that's what it was. I heard the bass in there. It was definitely prominent in some sections, but more than anything, Kenny just kind of keeping it in time. If you hadn't told me that was him, I wouldn't have known it was him, to be honest. But he did a great job. That other than the pedal steel, the drumming was definitely the second best thing other than her vocals. See, it's so hard to list things because everything's so good, and then there's not them. The only thing I guess I could say was bad was the bass wasn't as prominent and the piano wasn't as prominent, but it was still there. It just wasn't as loud as everything else. And then you go to the second one. I liked it. I liked her vocals a little bit more, just in a different fashion. The instrumental was a little bit lacking compared to the first one, but it was still good. It was a great performance vocally, I think. So thank you, Lee. Great picks, as always, my friend. And thanks for watching, guys. If you guys have any other picks by Armatrading, please leave it down below. I'll definitely check her out because I really like that. That was a great introduction, and I know that she's probably got a huge catalog of songs and probably a big fan base. So if you got anything good for me, leave it down below. Because, yeah, when I get a first song and it kind of hooks me like that, I'm like, all right, I'm down for more. So hopefully that studio track was a good idea. Hopefully y'all like that. So I'll see y'all later. Take it easy. And if you haven't heard the news, we got a really cool Patreon page if you want to come join us. If you join the $15 tier or up, you get one free request a month. If you join any of the tiers, you get access to all of our block videos, full album reactions, and our patrons-only Discord. We have like our own little fantasy football league we're doing this year. There's a bunch of little chat rooms and stuff. If you want to come hang out and chat with us, we'd love to have you. There's also a PayPal as well in the description if you want to send a tip or request in that way. I'll see y'all later. Take it easy.